Welcome to the back pew. Martin Luther, 4 days before he died, he was preaching. It was Valentine's Day, 1546, and he said, "There is no poorer, lowlier, and more despised pupil on earth than God. God must be everybody's disciple." Everybody wants to be God's schoolmaster and teacher. Now, in typical Luther style, he was fairly blunt, but he did capture a reality. Oh, how often we want to be boss, even God's boss. Hey, God, this is what I think on this, therefore, this is what I want to be said. Not very comfortable, is it? Not when we recognize that we act like that at times, too. Yet the call to discipleship is something different. It's a call into a way of life that is shaped by Jesus. We'll hear this week in our readings from the Gospel of Matthew, the 11th chapter, a couple things. Jesus points it out too. He acknowledges, he says, hey, played the flute, you didn't dance, wailed, but you didn't mourn. In other words, we did what we're supposed to do, but you're not coming along with. And then he reissues that call to discipleship. Come unto me, all you who are weary and heavy burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you. It's an invitation into a way of life. Now we hear the word yoke, and we're not very comfortable with that. It's kind of like what you put on an ox or a cow to help move stuff. But understand that here Jesus is talking about his yoke, and that we come under his yoke. He's the lead, and we're walking alongside. And he leads us into a way of life. A way of life that when we look at Jesus, it becomes very clear, is the way of radical compassion, unconditional love, grace beyond measure. That's how we suddenly start approaching life and how we start approaching the people in our lives and around us. It's a new way of being, and it's a better way of being. Now, Bonhoeffer, he too addresses these sorts of things, and he says, and if we answer the call to discipleship, where will it lead us? What decisions and partings will it demand? You see, when we're yoked to Jesus, it's not just, oh, we signed up. No, it's entering into a way of life. That's what Christianity is all about. It's a way of life shaped by the life-giving death and resurrection of Jesus. And we're yoked to him. His Spirit's been poured into our hearts. And now we are the ones called to live out that way of Jesus, of radical compassion, unconditional love, unending grace. So what decisions might we make because of that? Or what partings? What things do we need to step away from because of that? Tough questions. But it's what we're going to be talking about this week at First Lutheran Church Galveston. I hope that this has been meaningful. If it has been, please pass it along. You can visit us at galvestonbackpew.org or share it by Facebook or email. Have a blessed rest of your week. I look forward to seeing you Saturday at 5:30 or Sunday at 10 a.m. at First Lutheran Church, Galveston, Texas.